I sat there at the back, praying, trying to pray over this. And there was really nothing that was going on. I mean, there was no real mind or intellectual process going on. No? But at that moment, I felt so at peace, and I felt that I had to try the priesthood, the seminary life, just to know if it was for me. And I made the decision to pursue that path because of this gospel. No? That's why it's a very meaningful gospel to me. And I think we are all given that grace, that moment of grace, no? Wherein God leads us to a path that we must pursue. But we need to make the choice. No? And as I look back at that moment and the years that followed, no, I mean, it was not easy. No? The seminary life and even the priesthood is not an easy path to take. No? It has its share of challenges. No? But as I look back, I have no regrets, no, whatsoever. It doesn't mean I have no challenges and difficulties that I went through, but I have no regrets. So that second point, no, is that to really understand what was that passage that you will choose, and what was that moment of prayer that you will go back to, and where did that lead you? No, what path did that let you take? No, that second point. And then the third and last point is the gospel itself. No, here of course I always have this notion that when we come face to face with the Lord, this is what He will ask us. Do you love me more than this? Or how much did you love in your life? That first point to reflect on. That I think this is the measure with which we will be measured. The Lord will ask us, how much did you love? How much did you love me and others? No? And the second is that you realize that this is also the restoration of Peter. Because the Lord, no, asked him 3 times. And he said, remember the last one, it says, and Peter was hurt because he had asked a 3rd time, do you love me? And because some say it's because, and I mentioned this before in reflecting on this gospel, because it reminded him of his triple denial. No? And then of course the other interpretation is the play of words. No? In the original Greek text, the first 2 questions of the Lord, He uses the word agape, agapasme, do you love me, the agape love. And Peter always answered, yes, Lord, philose, that brotherly, no, the love for family and friends. No? And then the 3rd time the Lord asked Peter, Simon, son of John, philesme, do you really love me even with that less than perfect love? That's why Peter was hurt. No? That's why he answers, Lord, you know everything. And for me, that is us. No? That is us. Our love will always be imperfect towards others and towards the Lord. And yet, we can come to the Lord and say, Lord, I love you with all my imperfections. So I love this gospel. No? I love you with all my imperfections. And then the final point is that in the midst of all this, no, the final word is follow me. We follow Christ as sinners. We follow Christ with all our shortcomings. Yet we follow Christ with the desire of a sinner to love the Lord who loved us and gave Himself up for us.